Hey guys, welcome back to another weekly market update. We're going to cover the usual three coins of Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol, and then take a look at three coins that are holding relatively well despite this downtrend and what I expect to happen going into quote unquote Liberation Day, which is Trump's idiotic way of saying how I'm going to screw up the economy even more on April 2nd. So let's just jump right into it. Now, for those that are following me in the Discord, these were the setups that I gave in the video that I recorded. We were around here. We had the 4-hour order block. We filled it perfectly with the entry in DCA, and you should have hit TP1 if you play this fully. You got about 2% move. Now the 4-hour closes in about an hour and 43 minutes, and we are retesting, or we retested the order block or that support area and possibly flipping into support. Now, let's dissect this a little bit further in, and then we'll come back to this chart. Let's go to a clean Bitcoin chart here. Not this one. Shitty exchange, MEXC. Let's take a look. So, if we're talking about structure here, right, we had a clear uptrend and then we broke it. That was our higher low. We are putting in a downtrend now. And this was our last lower low. This was our lower high. And if you flip this to a line chart, you'll see that we have a break of structure. Okay. So going into, not only Tuesday, but today is the monthly close as well. And if we switch to RSI here, sorry, not here. So not only do we have a break of structure, right, but what I want to see hold, I mean, we did reject here from the supply zone. So that was a great place to take a short. You would have got about like a 1.5% move. Here is the order block. Now that is too wide of an order block. Like I said, we flipped that to a um, support on the 4-hour. But if we get a dip into here, this order block around 81.9K, this could be a good buying opportunity. But the reason why I'm weary is because we're going into not only the tariffs on April 2nd, but we have Papa Powell speaking with jobs, the job reports. So if this holds, then this is basically what I see for a potential scalp. Okay, so if we get a rejection here, here is the possible neckline. Okay, clear resistance. So we have in a downtrend, a left shoulder, here's our head. We could even come back down into here. As long as we don't go below the head here, we can put in a right shoulder. We have a 2-hour order block. We saw how well that worked for the 4-hour, right? This 4-hour order block filled perfectly. Now this is a scalp opportunity because we do have multiple order blocks down here, and we'll talk about those momentarily. But on a scalp, you could potentially see, a move down to here, and then again, we'll take profits at resistance, and then we're going to be targeting this SR point here. All right, so it's about a 5-hour trade. This one, like I said, I'm not taking any trades going into big volatile meetings, but for those that do want to take it, this is a valid trade. I will not be updating this in the Discord channels. The only plays that I give will be given solely in my channel. All right, so if you're watching this and you're taking this, this is a on you type play. All right, so this is a valid setup. Now, on a higher time frame, I do plan to take this short here. Well, actually, let's go back. I already have it planned and mapped here. this is a short that I personally am going to take. So if we get a move into this resistance, it's not only a resistance, but you have a bearish order block and you have golden pockets. Well, not anymore because these changed. If we take it from this high to this low, your 786 fib lies within this order block. So entries around this SR point is around 86.8k. Gonna DCA till 87.8k and play stops above this high. Now, if we get stopped out and we take these highs and swing failure, now this is a very tight risk. If we take these highs and swing failure and close below, that is going to be another trade that I will take separately. If we do stop out here, that is a conditional trade. But that is the short that I'm willing to take. Now, it's going to take some time and patience to play out. There will be, as price action develops, there might be a chance that this gets invalidated and we're going to be shorting a much higher. I do have a 90k short as well. This is the setup. Okay. This is the setup that I'm taking for the 90k short. This is going to be my swing trade. 90.5, DCA around 91.7. This is given in the Discord channels, so this is a valid trade to take. And stops around 93.170. Okay. Now this is a swing trade that I'm going to take, but I'm not going to be covering this right now. Now, if we go back to BTC on a higher time frame, I don't want to mess this chart up, so we're going back to this one. Okay. Everyone and their mother is seeing this, right? 94 to 69k. I do have a long setup around 69k, only shared in the Discord channels, but we are still in a downtrend, all right? Even on a higher time frame, lower low into a lower high, lower low into a lower high. Theoretically, we should go down to a lower low. Now, the pump that we just had was nothing but a bear market rally. Yes, you heard that right. I do think we are in a bear market, unless we most of your coins are actually fucked. All right. If your coins aren't pumping, like when we had an 11% pump on Bitcoin and your coin only pumped 2%, that coin's done. All right. So you're holding a bag of garbage, basically paperweight. So if we do pump, and you get a slight chance to get out, either slight loss or slight profit, then I would take it. You can always buy back in lower or buy back in higher with confirmation. Now, everyone is looking at this level here. If this 81k level is lost, basically this level of support, okay, this 81k level of support, if this is lost, two things could possibly happen. This level could get front ran. We go and sweep these lows, okay, and go higher, just like when we had this low placed, we went higher, came and swept it, and then went higher. Same situation could happen here, or if we just get a massive nuke, which is still possible, we will go and get these all the way down to, in my opinion, 69k. Okay, so it could be like another massive wick like that. It'll be a slow grind down. People will get scared, and then boom, and then higher. All right. Now we might not go to 69k, but this level everyone is looking at. So keep that in the back of your heads. I still do think that we go lower before we go higher. Now my number is close to 50k. Now, this is one of the charts that I put together, and I've showed this multiple times. Okay, this is my macro chart. So I can see us coming down to that set, and it's playing out perfectly. It's just a fractal from this one here. Okay, playing out perfectly. Everyone was bullish with Trump coming in. I was actually vocally bearish months prior to him getting elected, playing out extremely perfectly. So I can see us coming back down to that 74K area before maybe a last leg up and then completely, plateauing for the rest of the year. Okay. Now this could take some time. This could, drag on for a little bit longer, but the contingency plan still remains the same. All right. Now, you can't talk about all-time highs without levels being reclaimed or flipped back into support. All right. So, if you're following these, gurus that are talking about all-time highs are coming soon, blah blah. Okay. Well, I've said this many times before. We will not see all-time highs until we reclaim 92.5 to 95.5K levels. Everything under this is bearish. Above here, and I'm not talking about closure above, I'm talking about consolidation and higher. This is bullish. Below here, bearish. All right, that's all you need to know about Bitcoin. ETH, okay, ETH kind of looks interesting. The only reason why is because we have a bullish div forming. Now, everyone's saying, oh, this isn't a bullish div. Well, I look at structure based on candle bodies when you're talking about structure, market structure. And this is putting in lower lows and price is putting in lower highs. So you have a bullish div forming. Now, not only that, yes, we could go up and then go back down for that third drive, which I prefer. And that would, put ETH around 1660, which is the level that I gave in Discord for the spot positions. Now, going back to here, every time we've gotten around, 30 RSI, we've pumped, okay? Like you can take a look here. Here's 30 RSI, right? We had a little pump. Here's 30 RSI, we had a little pump. So we are heavily oversold, okay? And even going back over here, right, we got to that oversold area, and then yes, we pumped, came back down again, and then pumped again. We are at the same exact area, and again, oversold here. And like ETH is taking a beating, and although we went down to 81, ETH held relatively well. Now, the daily, if it closes like this, it's going to be a bullish engulfing candle. So theoretically, if in the world Trump didn't open his mouth, Cheetos crust didn't fall off his face, and we had no headlines, this would be a setup to take. Okay? And we should target those highs. Now, unfortunately, we don't live in a perfect world. We have Cheeto Man still talking. It's very risky to long here. However, if you want to feel something, if you want your, balls to tingle a little bit, this would be the setup to take. But it's going to be a very, very risky one. And you should be targeting basically front running these highs here and there, and then finally, these highs here. Okay. This would be the setup. Again, very risky right now with monthly close, Liberation Day, and Papa Powell speaking with Jobs. All right. To be honest, ETH is not a coin that I would be trading at all. It's more of a spot position, and if we take a look at this on the monthly, okay, we have had 4, and we're about to close this month today. We've had 4 months of red. Okay, the last time we had that was when? Oh, this is Bybit chart, but we haven't had 4 months anywhere here. Okay, we had 3 months and then reversal. But if we take a look at Binance. The last time we had 4 months was the bear market of 2018. Okay, ever since then we've never had 4 months. And yes, this trend line here, by the way, these are the levels, and I'll leave it here for you guys to take a quick snippet. I will not be giving these trades to YouTube or Twitter, but these are the levels. We have lost the trend line. We're closing below, okay? And it's the first time in a while, well, first time that we've lost the trend line ever since 22, okay? So, we could have a rally up to 2200, but we are not bullish on ETH until it gets above 2500, okay? Major level of support held, lost it, broke out, reclaimed, right, or retested, went up again, and we now turn into resistance. So 2500 is what we need to get above if you want a bullish scenario on ETH. Okay. Now, like I said, I wouldn't be trading ETH. I think there are better coins to trade, but like if you really want to feel something, this would be the setup. 8 out of 10 risk on ETH. Okay. Sol, I don't think these lows are safe. I honestly don't think these lows are safe. I do think that if we get a move down on Bitcoin to that 78 to 73K range, I think we can see Sol at 106 down to 90 or $85 range. Okay, but let's dissect Sol with current price action. Okay, so in a downtrend, consolidation on support is bearish. That's exactly what we are doing currently. Okay, in an uptrend, consolidation under resistance is bullish, but in a downtrend, consolidation on support is bearish. Okay, so we are in a very tight range here on Sol. Any pump is for shorting, and not just Sol, but the market in general. We are in a downtrend, and we're going to treat it as such. But let's pretend at this current price, this is our low. So shorts at this supply zone all the way till about 142. So entry, DC at the 786 fib. And let's draw trend lines because, everyone loves to draw trend lines. So this takes some time. Okay. Bearish retest, hopefully wick, and then continue further down. Okay. So I can see that happening. This is a short that I would personally take. That is a great short area to take. Now, if we have, Trump can say anything and we put in this type of candle, I am discounting these moves. I'm only looking at what we have based on technical analysis and not anything that, is fundamentally spewed from, Cheeto's mouth. All right. But this is a short that I would take. If we get it. Otherwise, like I said, consolidation on support is bearish, and usually this leads to a breakdown. Okay. Now, if Bitcoin goes down, this will get hit harder. All right. Lower time frame, it's just a range, right? There's the range lows. Here is your range highs. Okay. Both sides could give at any moment. You've had multiple touches of this resistance. You've had multiple touches of this support. So this again is a coin that honestly, if you have time to scalp, great. Otherwise, there really is no interest to trade this coin. It's moving sideways and within a range of like 2 to 3%. Okay. Now talk about Sol betas, Fartcoin. Okay. Fartcoin had a bullish divergence with price making lower lows and RSI making lower highs. And like I said, every time we've gotten to this 34 RSI level, we have pumped. Okay. Now let's break this down on a lower time frame before you horny shorters want to get into this. Okay. So we actually have a falling wedge and a breakout forming. So on a higher time frame, I wouldn't want to be short um, on Fartcoin. Okay, we have resistance. We rejected from it and came back down, and now we're flirting again, not only with a breakout attempt of a falling wedge, but of a third touch, well, second touch of this resistance. All right, let's get rid of this shit. Um, Fartcoin, for some reason, is strong, and if we get a dip into this order block, could be a good opportunity to get long. Right? Something like this. Now, it's a very volatile coin, as you can see by these wicks. So most likely, entering some spot or low leverage because, people don't understand that leverage doesn't matter. It's all about position sizing. People automatically correlate high leverage into a higher position. Not true. So for this instance, let's say you are unable to differentiate between position size and leverage, go lower leverage here. And stops would be a soft stop loss with 4-hour closure below basically 38. Okay, let's use here 4-hour closure below 38 cents. Okay, if we don't get this dip, then you are going to wait for a flip of this resistance, and flip does not mean closure above, it means a breakout and retest with a hold consolidation, and you will be targeting basically this SR point here. Okay, Fartcoin is very strong. It's much stronger than Sol, and it just can't be avoided for those that are wanting to trade because this is a volatile coin, giving ample opportunities to do so. Now, you have to be patient. Okay, you can't just jump in. Now, this has a flat candle, which usually gets taken out. So, bids in this area do make sense. Okay. Um, if you're looking to short Fartcoin, then I would wait until well, first of all, let's see what the technical targets of this falling wedge is. If we are to break out, this is a great area to short. I don't like the R&R there. Let me see something. Smaller than normal position size because this is such a wide stop. But something, I mean, you have a double top here, but if this does break out, then, a move into here, DCA within the zone, stop loss above the SWIC. It should, if your DCA is filled, move your average up until somewhere in the middle. And then maybe it, does a double top on a higher time frame. Okay. But if we are back above this level, this red level that I have around 46 cents, then this honestly looks bullish and you have an inverse head and shoulders. All right, so it has to reject here. Otherwise, above that, very bullish. Okay, so it's worth taking a short setup at this order block up there. Okay, So 3 setups there, 1 conditional on the flip, bids there and bids there. All right. Now Hype is interesting. Hype has put in a double bottom, after all that FUD. Now Hype is actually in this range. Let's go to the 12-hour. Okay. Clear range, clear double bottom here. Daily, we have 5 hours left, but as long as it's above 12.81, you have a bullish engulfing candle. Look what happened last time. We had a bullish engulfing candle, then we had a bearish engulfing candle that dumped along with that FUD news. So to be honest, this is a low risk area to buy some hype spot and trade it to the highs. All right, so anywhere from basically here down to this support is low risk and offers a great move up. Now let me get this chart really quickly and I'll come back to this. I think it was USDT dominance. All right. Okay. So downtrend, right? Here's your resistance or neckline. Here's the bottom one into resistance. Here's the bottom two, right? So to be ultra bullish, we need to flip this level, right? There's your breakout range. So you have a potential bottom, double bottom being put in and a bullish engulfing candles. Like I said, like this is a low risk area to get into some spot position and target the highs around 1740. Okay, so hype looks good, but give it some time. We have a lot of news coming out this week. Okay, so these are the coins on my radar. Like I said, I always trade Bitcoin and ETH. ETH, I'm not really trading this as much because it's such a shit coin. Sol has been pretty volatile. Fartcoin doing relatively well, currently breaking out, and Hype being at good levels to get into. All right, so outside of these, anything that I give, well, not outside of these, but anything that I give will be shared in the Discord. These are just some plays to possibly look at, for educational purposes, but also what's interesting to me at this current time in the market. All right, so I will catch you guys next week. Have a good and safe trading session this week.